Hey everybody, my next guest is a comedian, writer, and actor who has been tearing up the comedy scene with her top five comedy shows where she and sidekick Amanda Alvich put up the top five comedians on stage that they deem worthy that month. And here she is to tell us all about it is Shivani Dave. What's up, Shivani?
Hey, how are you? Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. And
Yeah.
we're both wearing red. We're getting ready for the next big holiday that comes up is the
Yeah.
Valentine's Day,
I
right
mean, I'm
around the.
slightly pink, but that's fine.
Oh
We
yeah.
can go, yes, we can
Well,
go
that's what's
with
going to
that.
happen to my clothes when I wash this thing later. They'll all turn pink.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, you know how to do laundry. That's great. Yeah.
I do my laundry, even though my wife hates when I do the laundry.
Yeah, but that's the great thing. You just do it badly and then you go, oh, I see, look, I don't know how to do it.
You do
So,
it bad one time, and you
yeah.
never have to do it again. It's great.
Yeah, it's very strategic. Yeah.
But now if she's watching this, she knows my whole plan. But what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
I know. I got her back. Sorry about that. I think my dog is scratching the ground. She thinks that's dirt. It's not. It's wood.
She's
So,
you gotta love when they do that. They're always searching for something, um, just as us in life and love. But I do love the whole concept of your top five comedy shows. Um, like, take me through how does that work with this top five show? So, do you like literally choose top five comedians for that month? And then, if so, what does it take to become like? What do you look for?
yeah, I mean, I think yeah, so I co-host, co-produce it with another comic named Amanda Alvich. We met through the comedy scene and we just wanted to do a show together. This is like the fun idea we came up with and um it first started with this theme idea, top five comedy, like where we there's a lot of stand-up shows out there. A lot of people produce a lot of shows. Thought this could make it fun, interactive, and we can a little bit unique, but we didn't want to make it too theme or variety oriented. We love stand-up. Both of us are stand-up comedians, and just to add a little bit of like flavor to it. So every month there's a different theme.
We are Amanda and Shivani, and welcome to Top 5 Comedy is a comedy show where we pick our top 5 favorite comedians of the month, as well as pair together a theme.
So we have January coming up. And last year when we've been doing the show a little bit over a year. And last year when we did the show, in January, we did top five favorite New Year's resolutions. And for some reason, the audience just like it didn't understand it. They just got very confused and started just saying started talking about things that they weren't going to do. And I go, okay, we got a pretty dumb audience today, but that's okay. But this year, so we're not touching resolutions. We're going to do top five favorite like winter activities. We do like your top five worst zodiac signs. And what happens in the show is Amanda and I co-host. We kind of like take you through the whole show um, via stand up. And we also do our stand up sets. But we kind of kick off everything. And before everyone enters the showroom, they put their kind of what their top five favorite winter activity might be. And then throughout the show, we have a board on stage. We pick out of this kind of bucket. And by the end of the show, you have like your top five. And it's like, we joke, it's like the best survey in town, but it's really not. So, you know, and then the comics to answer your question is just really like comics that we adore and find super funny in New York City. If comics are visiting, we both know comics across the country. We try to keep it a fun, diverse lineup. I mean, the joke is I'm the brown one, she's the gay one. So it's kind of like bringing together a really fun lineup and diverse set of folks. So yeah, it's a really fun show. And we were in the New York Comedy Festival in November and we stuck to the New York theme and did top five favorite things to do in NYC. And yeah, it was a really good time.
And I love doing the top fives stuff as well. I think it's just a fun thing to kind of get everybody's list of what's your top five this or that,
Yeah.
um, and like and because you can learn from it. And it's like
Yeah.
when you get the top five things to do in New York, was there anything that you were like, oh, you know what? I never thought about going to
Yeah.
Central Park, sleigh riding over there, whatever.
I think we got some, if you know, we got some really weird ones. And we were just like, wow, sometimes you just, depending on the audience, and I'm just gonna I'll tell you what the New York ones were.
Oh, nice. You got them all
Yeah,
listed.
let's see what okay. So I think yeah, because we always afterwards will kind of post about it. And so this is just what comes. Like, no joke, someone writes this and they said, what's your top? We said these are the top 5 favorite things to do in NYC. And we picked out of the hat, have sex on balconies and rooftops. So, okay. Sometimes we get lucky. We'll ask who said that. And if they're feeling very vulnerable, they will. Sometimes they feel too vulnerable and then they volunteer too much. And then we said, that's enough. And then I guess number 2 is disinfect toilets before using them. And
Yeah,
okay, that's fair. Yeah. Favorite thing though? Is that
yeah,
really
that's
your favorite thing? I don't think
it's an
they
important thing
understood.
to do in New
Yeah.
York, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like the top 5 favorite obligatory things to do in NYC, I guess. I think actually someone wrote going to a top 5 show. That was very nice. And then someone wrote sex in general. And then someone said here we go. Here's a nice wholesome one, going to a Broadway show.
There you
So
go.
I mean, these are real people putting, and they think, hey, I guess that's New York City, right? So
Nothing wrong with balcony sex. It's on my bucket list. It's my top 5 things I want to do on
mm,
my bucket list. Maybe someday on the balcony
do you have
in
a balcony
in New York City.
in New
I
York City? Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
okay.
don't either. I don't have a balcony or an apartment in New York City, right? I'm here in good
So
old Long Island.
that's your Valentine's Day date. You get a hotel with a balcony, and that's 2025. You kick it off the bucket
There you
list.
go. You
Yeah,
just thank you. I'm gonna write this down.
yeah.
New York City. I
Like,
just
does
tell her, hey,
life
yeah,
is
we're going
excited
to New
about that? Who
York.
knows? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be awesome. That would be amazing, actually. But yeah, I love the whole thing what you're doing, and your like you said, your chemistry with Amanda Alvich. Take me through that. How did you guys kind of become friends and realize that you had this partnership and
Yeah,
these.
yeah. We're both started doing we were doing stand up and we met at some I think either stand up show or stand up kind of event for ladies actually. And we are like, all right. And then those are kind of hard. Those little events are a little bit hard to uh navigate and like any silly networking event, you're just like, I don't want to be here. And then you look across the room and maybe you find someone that you're like, crack a joke with. And you're like, all right, cool. We're both feeling similar sentiments here. And yeah, and then we just kind of just like just stand up in general, you're hanging out, you're going to shows a lot. So we started talking more and more about like to produce a show with someone and run and host your for better or worse, you're spending a lot of time together. And we also do, if you've seen those like top 5 in the streets videos.
Yeah, I
So
love
we do
those.
those.
My name's Amanda Alvich, and I'm the gay one.
I'm Shivani, the brown one, and this is top 5 during the election.
So if you were president, who would be your top 5 choices of vice president?
Okay, you.
Oh my God.
You, the 2 of them, and him.
John Candy.
Spider-Man.
That'd be a good vice president.
I second that.
I will probably take Michelle Obama. Jason Bateman. Okay.
What a twist! I was like, all right, what's gonna be next?
I don't know. Shakira came first.
Shakira. All right, she's gonna teach you how to shake your hips.
Yeah.
So that's pretty presidential.
Jungkook.
Oh, from the K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh, great. How about all of them? Do you want all
7. Jungkook, Suga, RM, Jimin, V, J-Hope, Jin.
It's really internationalizing America.
We saw Cyndi Lauper the other night.
Oh,
and
okay.
I think she'd be up there.
What's she gonna bring to the table?
Women's rights.
So we're trying to really like it's about the show, but it's also about these like fun videos we put out. We're also, I think I was last time we chatted, we were actually working on a little web series that has a top 5 kind of element to it too. So we're working on a bunch of things that incorporate kind of the things we both like to work on. She comes from film directing. I come from writing. We met through stand up, and so we both are kind of bringing different skill sets and kind of our love for comedy and making it just about the show, but bigger than that. And kind of excited to like we're really excited to just share this web series this year as well. Working on that right now, in the kind of editing phase right now. So, but yeah, it's been fun. And then we host together, and we just continue to enjoy hosting. We also didn't know how that would work out, but we just, you do it, go on stage, try to come. We keep continuing to focus on hosting it together and making it collaborative. I think sometimes the show can shift to, oh, one person hosts and then we swap, but we really like doing it together because of the top 5 element of pulling it out of the hat. And we've also, now we're doing our show in January at Rodney's Comedy Club, different stage. It's fun. We did it in December, went really well. So really enjoy that club. So we're, it's been good. It's been good, good different stages, and we've appreciated all the love for top 5 comedy, and we're gonna keep doing it. So
Right on. And
yeah.
I love the kind of the chemistry that you two have. Um, because it feels like, you're different in ways of like she seems to, like you have your comedy is a little different. Like you're more
Mhm.
kind of straight-faced, dry kind of comedy with the punchlines kind of creep up. She's more kind of animated, you
Mhm.
know. So I think that works, especially with a team
Yeah.
that you're not both the same, that you're kind of different. I think you could play off each other.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever thought to like really do like a team, like a old school comedy team set, like, prepared material?
Oh, like together on stage. Like shooting back and forth. No, I mean, I guess it kind of happens off the cuff a lot of times when
Yeah,
we're doing, because yeah, I don't think you've been to a show, but a lot of that kicking off at the beginning, in between, we do that stuff together. No, we haven't gone there, but I think that could definitely be something in the cards, where we kind of maybe just have a show that we do together. But yeah, I think no, appreciate you saying. I think your observation makes a lot of sense. I think we do have different tones, and it makes it more fun.
it
And
works. Yeah.
she'll touch on something, and I'll notice something, and and then it kind of comes together. And then I crack up on stage, like I'm laughing at something that she said. She'll go somewhere that I wouldn't have gone. So yeah, it's really, it's kind of a fun. I think you quickly realize, is this gonna be fun to host together or not, and
Right,
clearly
right.
we're still here. So and we yeah, we'll just, and to keep adding little different ideas to what top 5 in general could be. Top 5 comedy, like for us. I'm gonna just be really honest with you guys. I don't really give a shit about zodiac signs. So I don't really care. So then you guys can explain this stuff to me. I'm a Gemini. I don't know if that's contentious.
I told her not to say that. I was like, switch your sign, bitch. No big deal. I'm fire sign.
The whole brown one, gay one thing is super fun too. And
Yeah.
just like an easy little thing that people we always enjoy. It is like, I guess it's just the truth. So yeah.
And it works. I like when you're out in the field and you're like, yeah, guess which one the brown one is, or
Yeah, right.
that kind of stuff. And I think it's good. I think you guys, definitely have a good chemistry that works on stage and off. Um, and I think too that you're having fun up there. I just
Mhm.
saw a couple of videos online. I do want to come out and see it live. But from
Yeah,
what
I
I've
love that
seen
idea.
online, it looks like you're having fun, both of you. And that's half the battle, or 90% of the battle. Is if you're having fun on stage, that will be contagious down to everybody else, and everyone's enjoying themselves, especially if you're emceeing it and trying to get everybody on board. And it's just fun. And it feels like in the room, because the way you have it set up, where everybody puts their own thing into a box,
Yeah.
um, everyone's in it together. You're creating this top 5 together. It's not just you and Amanda doing it. It's you and the whole room creating this thing. So it's one of those. It's almost like improv in a way, where you have, if it's, you're a part of it, and if you feel a part of it afterwards. If you're just audience member. So I think that's pretty cool that you
No,
guys.
yeah, you think you nailed it. Yeah, I think that's what we hope for, is that you kind of, by the end, you tie it in a bow, and it's like, here's your top 5, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we enjoyed, we did the New York Comedy Festival one at St. Mark's, and that they were been super supportive too. And so it's just it's different in every room. you never kind of, that's what makes it kind of fun. We don't know what people might put in the bucket. We don't know. Every room's different. Every area of New York City is a little bit different. But I think it doesn't have to stay to New York City. I think the whole idea is that we could bring it, different places. Maybe we got to come to Long Island. I mean, like I said, Amanda's from Long Island, so maybe we'll have to do a little top 5 thing there
That
with
would be amazing. You got to
with
come
you
out.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, governors, man. It would be
Yeah.
sweet to have you both there. Where's Amanda from in Long Island? Do you know a town?
She just said it to someone. We were just hanging out. I
Just
don't want to
curious.
miss. I want to say like Is there
Oh,
Roslyn? No,
Rosalind? Yeah.
is that correct?
Yeah. That'd
That's
be
not good. I feel like she just said. I honestly get I get confused which parts. And my husband's father's side, my father-in-law's side is from Long Island too. So, yeah, let's
nice.
go with something with an R. I think that's correct.
Yeah,
Roslyn.
Rosalind would be nice. Yeah.
What's another
Another
R?
R. Well, out here by me in Suffolk County, you would have Riverhead.
Okay, it's
But
definitely
you
not a.
you might
It's not like
remember Riverhead, yeah. And then Rosalind. I'm sure there's a whole bunch that I'm not thinking about right now. R sounded. We should do that. Top 5 R letters.
yeah, favorite. Yeah. I think that's the first one that I
Roslyn. Roslyn's a nice neighborhood. It's yeah, really nice area right there in Nassau County. So yeah, kudos to her. I love Roslyn area. That's
all right, we're gonna go with that, and then I'll go confirm, and then maybe I'll be wrong or right, and then whatever. Hey, Amanda lives in a nice neighborhood, so let's just go with that. Yeah.
Uh, so now with the comedians that want to be on board on this top 5 thing, is it only 5 comics that perform each of these top 5 things, and then
Yeah, we were ideally trying to go with the whole 5 concept,
yeah,
and then it can be kind of long, so it's like the top comics. That's how you can change it. So even though you're like writing the description, but it ultimately I guess with like for the New York Comedy Festivals, like with Amanda and I, and then we booked some of our 3 comics. That's 5,
oh yeah,
and
yeah,
that
there you go.
works. But sometimes it just depends on the kind of the month and but generally, yeah, the emphasis is that it's the top, and then you got a top 5 theme, and yes, the comics come with it, so it's great. Yeah.
I tell you, we've been just dabbling, just starting out producing live shows, me and Tony Walker.
Yeah.
And we've done a handful so far, or less than a handful. It's a lot of work, and it's tough. And
Yeah.
you know, we could use all the advice we can get. So we're putting together these shows, and then we have to fill the room, and Giggle Room only seats 80 people. Wherever, like it's hard selling 80 seats.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's pressure every time to kind of fill a room, make sure it's a good show for the club, make sure it's a good show for the comics you booked, we want it obviously to go well. So I don't know what the perfect equation is of there's so many, it's a lot of, I guess it's always going to be the ever-ending question of just like the business side of comedy. Like even if you're the just headlining or you're out in whatever random area of the Midwest, you got to figure out how to fill that room too with your name. So it's a whole thing. But
So who's the brains of the app? Who's setting up everything? You guys do everything as a team, like even when you go to Rodney's and get things set up, or does one
Ye-
handle more than like the other? Like what's the dynamics on
no,
that
I think
side
it's
of
a
it?
very collaborative approach. There's a lot, like I said earlier, we're like different things that we'll both do for all these shows and all these different kind of whatever we're working on for top 5. So try to make it super collaborative, and we're out there talking about top 5 even before shows together. But yeah, I think that's like I think that's what kind of just has to work kind of seamlessly. Um, so yeah, I think that's the only way it will work. So yeah, because I think it's just a hustle at the end of the day. And so we just have to both get our hands dirty and figure it out. Like what's gonna work, what's gonna make the show go really well. But yeah, like literally like if she's putting together the flyer, I'll be like, I got the flyer, okay, I'll post it now and do it. And so I was just literally doing Facebook ads. Ugh, I was like, screw Facebook. This is so annoying. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I might handle some of the finance stuff. She's really good with Adobe and editing and all that. So there's different skill sets. I think that's why it works.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's like this, so it's just a nice balance. But at the end of the day, like the show day, like we're there together, we're setting up, we're out there trying to yell at people on the street to come in.
Oh yeah,
And
guys out there barking. Yeah.
yeah, well, we'll make sure, yeah, just any extra people, you got to get them in there. We put my husband gave us a nice little top five gift. He put together a sandwich board. You know what a sandwich board is?
Yeah. You
I tell
wear it.
people what a sandwich board. They're like, I didn't know that's what a sandwich board was, but the signs on the street. He's
Yeah.
actually into woodworking, so he put together a little top five board
Oh,
for us,
cool.
and we keep that on the street and put a big ass flyer of our faces on it, and super narcissistic, and we just
That's awesome.
yeah, we try to promote it like that and hand out stuff. It just makes it more fun.
See,
Yeah.
that's one of the advantages of being in the city versus Long Island, I think,
Yes.
is you can go out in the street and there's always going to be hundreds of people walking around and you could bark 'em and call them in. You can't really do that at the Long Island clubs around here. I mean, first of all, you don't have that kind of foot traffic, and then Governor's in Levittown, there's just a giant parking lot unless you run out to the
Yeah.
stores. But yeah, I always it sounds crazy because I always wanted to do that, like to go out there and bark, hey, come on in and see the show, and then the to see the because I've a few times have like somebody came to me with a flyer. I took the flyer, went to the show, and then I'm like, that's the guy. He's on stage. That's the guy who gave me the flyer.
Right,
You
right.
know?
They do get, they're like, sometimes we'll just use, well, like, I'm the brown one, she's the gay one. They'll go, oh, I see it. Like, and then sometimes we cheap out and like get the black and white flyers. And I'm like, I know you can't tell, but I know the brown one. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that because it's the show that I think we just take ownership and accountability that, like, hey, listen, this is our show. We got to get out there and promote. Like, who else is going to do it? I feel like this whole stand-up comedy, whatever you're pursuing, it's all very entrepreneurial and startup, like you're starting your own little thing. So I think when we bark for our show, it's a little bit different. If you're talking about like Pete Holmes on Crashing, I think
Right,
that's a little, you're trying to get stage time. Like, this
right,
is the
right.
show. We want to get the show out there. We want people to come and enjoy a good time and have a good night. And I think that's something we're not worried about, is that if you do come to the show, you're gonna have a good time. So like we're pretty like not worried about that. And the comics we have on, and we get good feedback from comics all the time. It was good for them as well. So
Yeah, I think it's a fun
yeah.
vibe. It's a fun atmosphere. It's something different. It's got a niche to it. Like I said, everyone feels involved in it. What's the goals for this? Like, where do you want to get this to? Like, are you seeing this become like Kill Tony level, or like what are you seeing? What's your main end game, or just having
Um,
fun?
I mean, I think, like I said, there's the different things. I think we both love stand up. We're both, sh- you know, we're both writers. So we're like, I think using both of those kind of skills to adapt top five with this show, with this web series, with getting ourselves out there with you, like via social media if we have to. I mean, the whole social media thing is probably, I would say, probably a little harder for me. I think Amanda is adapts to it better than I do. I'm don't mind if it gets banned. Let it get banned.
Right.
It would make I think it would allow for the real comedy funniness to come up. But I know a lot of people get their news through TikTok. I know it's so bad. I'm I don't know what's gonna happen. Do you know the latest on the TikTok ban? Like, it was just Friday, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's the status on it. I know that I think they're still up in the air about whether or not China will sell it, because they want the
Yeah,
Chinese to sell to like an American company or something like that in order to
yeah,
keep it. So I don't know if that happened, or but wasn't the deadline like a couple days ago? So I'm
yeah. So I think, someone will come in and circumvent it. But yeah, it's so yeah, a lot of little, like, we just were chatting, a lot of little fun goals for the year. But Hopefully, like we'll get to put out the, like I said, that web series, keep pushing on the show. Like we're doing our show at different clubs, experimenting with different clubs, and it's really fun to see the different stages and then see where we can go with that and how do we want to. Um, again, it's only been going on. Top Five Comedy as a stand-up show has only really been going on a year and a half, so it's not that long. So we'll keep push. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good legwork to do, and we haven't run out of themes, as you know. I
Right.
don't think you can. I don't know if you can ever.
There's always
So
something.
there's always something, right? Exactly. Maybe a little top five stickers, stuff like that. Like it's fun. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, I think those are the like 3 to 4 different elements we just keep pushing on, and eh, yeah, lots of good work to do ahead.
Yeah, right on. And like you said, you can never really run out of top fives. And that's what I love about it. I did a show. I don't really do it much anymore, but it was called Top Fives with Don Sill. And it was mainly, I would just get a guest like you and we would go through a top five.
Yeah.
Um, and mine, the the idea sparked for I had it from, obviously everyone has a top five thing. But for me, it was like I think Chris Rock had a movie called Top Fives.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love that. Like I was one of the first epiphanies I had where I was like, you could do, yeah, I never thought
Yeah.
about top fives. This is like I forget how many years ago the movie came out, maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But and then I don't know if you're into that heavy metal, but you know Don Jameson from That Metal Show. He's a comedian from New Jersey. So before we go further, I do want to say um, publicly on my show that a lot of the large inspiration behind top fives comes from you and Florentine doing the top five lists on the chalkboard.
Today's category is top 5 greatest trios of all time.
Only I don't have that. I forget her name, but she's the gorgeous girl.
You need a Miss Box of Junk out there.
Yes, I need a Miss Box of Junk.
Okay.
He used to have in the middle of their show, they would do a top five thing. All right, it's time to bring out the board, the top five heavy metal singers or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it all, for me, where the inspiration for it was. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I want to do that. And then I started doing it. It was fun. And I think that, like, just like how you're with your live show, I do believe that everybody loves doing a top five, and the guests really seem to enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
And then debating what the final top five would be and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's just a cool thing, and I think it's awesome, and I love what you're doing, you and Amanda, and I think it's awesome. I can't wait to come out and see it. Hopefully, we do get it at Governor's, your show. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, I know. I haven't even mentioned it to them, but I think that would be really fun to, especially given Amanda has footprint there and stuff like that. So here's really the goal is just to get sued by Chris Rock because it's done so. That's the goal. If you really want to
Yeah,
know the
Chris
goal.
Rock is like,
Yeah,
hell
just
on
get
a second,
sued.
I came up with that whole
Good enough
thing.
to sue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all about the suing. I'm always down. I'm down for a good legal battle.
Hey,
So
what was
yeah.
it? No press is bad press or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the old
Chris
saying.
Rock, come on by. We'll, it's like, yeah, I remember we were talking about that. Yeah, by no means, and that's great. That's what I mean. Like top five is like very relatable, and by no means is it like there's it's unique, but it also is pretty general. So I think the thing that we have to bring to the table is like what you've already pointed out is just the chemistry Amanda and I have, and putting together a really high quality show and kind of putting our little brand on it. So I think that's what we continue to try to do is like what makes it unique. Because yeah, hopefully people walk away with a good, so much stand up out there right now, which is great for stand up. But yeah.
But without your top five lists, we would never know, about New York City and balcony sex.
You would never know that that's what everyone's doing 100% 24/7. So favorite number one. I see a balcony right now and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
you never go.
surprised. It's really, they're too scared to go out there right now. It's too cold. Come on. Yeah.
Never gonna look at balconies the same again.
I know.
Um, but this will be our Valentine's Day. This will be leading into Valentine's Day, this episode. So I am happy that you're wearing pink and I am wearing red. And I wanted to go over for you the top five worst Valentine's Day gifts. Now, this doesn't have to be gifts that you received or that you've given, it could be that you've heard about or whatever. Um, So, and if it was something, you don't have to name
Okay.
names of who gave it to you or anything like that.
No, no, names should be dropped. Yeah. Uh, you want me to get into it? You want
Yeah,
me to
so yeah,
start?
sure. If
Okay.
you want it, we can get into it. We can go back and forth if you want, or however you want to
Okay,
do it.
yeah, yeah, let's go do that. I mean, on a genuine, sincere note, I think a top five like worst gift for Valentine's Day is probably, like you can't just get them a box of chocolates. I think that's probably the worst one, and I think like that, and now I think it's, you're just gonna think of Tom Hanks from Forrest Gump, probably, right?
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
You're just gonna be like,
Box of
and I don't even know,
chocolates.
is Tom Hanks canceled? Is Forrest Gump? I'm sure someone's canceled Forrest Gump now, but somehow. But I feel like box of chocolates, why it's the worst is because you know that someone forgot, and you know that they just went down to CVS, Dwayne Reed, Walgreens, whatever your drugstore choice is, and they're like shit. And yeah, and they got it, and it's like based on what is it? What are the Ferreros, or what are the top chocolates?
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I can't
It,
even. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
With the brand. Yeah,
yeah,
when you see
no,
you
and it's
get
like
this
the heart
dollars.
shape, like you just got it from there. So it's by far like it's the worst because that person just effed up, and
Right.
quite frankly, it's really anything. I used to joke. I sometimes joke on stage about like how long have you been married?
Well, I'm new this time around. I'm newlywed, so it's going on 2 years. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay. I didn't realize this is your
third.
seventh marriage. Okay. All right, there you go. So young for three marriages. Okay. Um, but yeah, like like a long like I'm just like sometimes you forget. I don't know how, yeah, you've been in them though, right? Like you forget like I'll forget my husband's birthday. I just know it's like sometime in the winter, spring, or whatever. So you just like get a random 3-pack of socks, but not like a nice one, like the one that you get when you check out of CVS. And
Right.
that's what I mean. Anything that you're checking out in the line of a CVS or TJ Maxx is really meant that's probably the worst gift.
That's great.
Yeah, so that covers, I think, about 5 gifts, probably. Yeah.
That's great. I had one of the gifts I had on here is the actual gift that I did get.
Okay.
And I was like, what the heck? It was Ancestry.com kit. And I'm like, this isn't really romantic. I mean, what do you,
Ancestry.
yeah.
Wow. So what does that entail?
So you get like a whole thing it's almost like a 23andMe. So it's like, it comes with a little kit. You open it up and then, has a little bottle. And then, you kind of spit in the bottle, give you DNA.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah,
that
you
was
got to
gonna be
fill
so.
it up. It's kind of gross. You have to, I don't know if I guess you've never done Ancestry.com.
No,
So
I haven't. No.
they give you like a little test tube and you have to fill it up with your DNA. So they only do it through your saliva, right? So
Mm.
you got to sit there and it's like that big, but when you got to fill it up with spit, it's a lot. So you're sitting there, like spit and spit and spit, and you fill it up, then you seal it, you put it in a special package, and then you send it back to them. And then they send
Yep.
you back your
Wow.
DNA and everything that you are, all of your different races and all your kind of biological makeup. And then not only that, it also tells you who you're related to and all your relatives, and it kind of
Oh,
messes
so
up.
you got the I didn't I've always I've known about I've never done it, but the kit I didn't someone gave you a kit, and so I guess anyone who does it has to go through that kit. But this
Right?
was,
Yeah.
yeah, so someone was like gave it to you and said, "Hey, like I can't continue this with you unless I know who you are." Like, is this
I
like,
need to know your DNA.
I
Yeah.
guess that is a good way to be like, "Hey, listen, before we get serious,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
you're not I don't trust you apparently to tell me what your race is." So you got that from someone.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? What we found out about it, not to sidetrack too much off the top five list, but because I make a joke about Ancestry.com messes up the family tree, because I found out that I my whole life I thought I was Italian, like at least
Okay,
half
yeah.
Italian, because my grandfather was Sicilian.
I didn't want to
But
say it, I assumed. So, yes.
but it turns out I'm not.
Mm.
I'm zero Italian, and my
What?
grandfather isn't really my grandfather. Isn't
Oh my
that
gosh.
that's
So you've
mind
been lied
blowing?
to your whole life.
And my mother didn't know either. So
So the person who did give this to you actually did you a favor.
yeah, and we
Or
found
are you
out
mad that you're not Italian anymore?
I was a little bit of both.
I'd be pissed if I love Italians.
I
So
know. I was like, I'm not Italian because it turns out that my biological grandfather, who's passed away, I never met him, I never will, is French. So
oh,
I got all this French blood, but again, I come across as Italian, I think, because I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. All my friends are Italian, but
yeah.
it's just so weird to,
When did you find this out?
like 2 years ago,
Wow, this is so recent.
and we
Oh my
met
God.
all kinds of new friends. I have new family. I got a whole family.
Well, I mean, I think you got a good I don't think that's a bad. I think you should be super grateful. I think that I don't know who this person is that got it for you, but yeah. Well, nice.
It was, yeah. Well, there you go, ancestry.com.
Okay.
So,
That's a good wow.
you
All
know,
right, now you could give me an idea.
yeah, there you go. Maybe your husband will like it, or
Yeah,
he'll look
maybe
at it
I'll
and go,
find out.
yeah. Then you
Wow.
could find out all his
Maybe
connections and what he is, because it breaks down like it breaks it down.
maybe he's Indian.
All of your, yeah, he could be. 'Cause
He's white. This I
so
did a show the other last. I'm not even making this up. I did a show last week in New York City. Someone came up to me after and said, white guy came up to me and says, "I grew up in India," and I go, he goes, "I know you don't believe me." I said, "I don't. You're right, I don't." But I promise you, I grew up in India. I was like, there's always a first for everything, I guess.
well, if he grew
So.
up in India, he should at least know the language. Could he speak it?
You know, he said it so fast and was on the run. I go, I think you're trying not to you're not allowing me to have follow-up questions. This is,
Right. Yeah.
I was like, why are you on the run when you just walk by and tell me this? So there's a lot of credibility was lost on the delivery there. So,
But
yeah.
if he had one of these, so you can't really see this right now,
No,
but
kinda. It's going
this
in
is
and out.
this is the app. So
Okay.
I'll read off to you what I am really quick,
Okay.
just so you
Yeah.
know,
Let's hear it.
because it breaks it down. I'm actually curious. So I'm 23% French, 16% English, 14% Germanic European, 13% Filipino, 10% Scottish, 6% Portuguese, 4% Central Eastern Europe, 4% Irish, 1% Indigenous Arctic. I'm Icelandic. I'm 1%, and Puerto Rican 1%. Man, I was hoping there was gonna be Indian on there. That would have been so awesome. But I'm
Yeah. Well, I
Spanish,
mean,
Russian. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. So I'm all
wow, you
mixed up.
really yeah, this is the danger in people getting the 1% and the 2%. They start to get like woke and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
yeah,
Be like,
they're like, well, that was offensive to me.
yeah,
It
be like,
really wasn't. Yeah, it really wasn't.
be like, I
So
understand your
yeah,
plight. Yeah, yeah,
you relate.
yeah.
It's so relatable for you. Yeah.
Or if I
Okay.
say a bad word, it's okay. I'm 1%, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. This is a slippery slope.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
1%. I'm 1% Irish, man. I
Yeah.
got you.
Well, all I took away from is that you're 100% French at this point, and I
Yeah,
think you should be speaking French. I don't know why you're not speaking French right now.
I
That's all
gotta
I took.
learn it.
Yeah.
I
You
gotta
should have been
be with my
immediately on
people.
one of the apps after. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so
That's
it's
fun.
your turn now. Um,
I think I threw out so many at you. Right, box of chocolates, just like those like shitty
Socks.
socks. Yeah, white socks. They're just white. And the champion. They're probably champion brand, right? What else is a bad gift? Yeah, let's see. I mean, I get so I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've received this is probably on me. I think one year I was like trying to be creative and I was like, hey, like I thought that it was fun. I got him an electric toothbrush, but that is really borderline me going to CVS and just grabbing a toothbrush.
Right.
And then I was like, "Ooh, that's cute. We'll have a tradition. We get like refresh our electric. How lame is that? We're gonna refresh our electric toothbrushes. I mean, they're not cheap,
Right,
but
yeah.
so I
No.
was like, this is a legit gift. And then I thought that that would be fun. That's literally kills probably all romance out the door. Let's get each other toothbrushes.
Yeah, I love it.
So I'll take that hit for that one. That's on me.
Toothbrushes. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll add that to the list. So we got toothbrushes, box of chocolate, and socks from you. And from me so far, we got the Ancestry.com. Uh,
Yeah.
and then, so another one, again, it's a weird one that I have gotten throughout my life. We won't say who, but it was a houseplant.
I
And
was thinking, yeah, okay, all right.
and it
Let me
was a,
hear.
it's a nice, I guess it's a nice gesture or whatever, but for me it's like I don't know if it's a Valentine gift, but yeah, it was a
Well,
plant.
so can I click? Can I? You don't, again, if you're not comfortable, but you got a house plant. Now, did you live with this person?
No, so this is in between wives, so to speak.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So it was like
So
a
sorry.
dating thing. Yeah, it was a
Because
girl
it's
I
one
dated.
thing to get a house plant for your you guys share
Right.
the
This
apartment
is for our
or the
us.
home. Yeah, you're like you just gifted yourself. So
Right, exactly.
that's
I always wanted this fern.
yeah, I mean that's what it sometimes ends up on happens in marriages. You end up just gifting. You're like, "Hey, this cabinet looks really good here. You wanted this, right?" Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
house
So
plant.
I mean, houseplant, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not was it I like a good plant. I love a good succulent. I'm a sucker for a succulent. So I love I think it's I love it's like a, but to me I think maybe to your point, a house plant or something, there's like housewarming gifts in my like
Right, that's how
anytime I'm
I
going to someone's home, I think a succulent's really nice. Yeah, it's not screaming romance, I guess.
romance. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like a like if I was to get flowers for her, it would have a different connotation, I think, than just give me a houseplant. Houseplant to me kind of screams bachelor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just remember, I accepted the present. I was happy about it. Like I was like, oh yeah, look right good over here. Come on
Yeah.
over here.
Oh,
But
your voice went up really high. Yeah.
hey, this is great.
Yes, yeah.
No, really, I do like it. No, I
I love it
do.
so much. Yeah. I'm gonna
Really.
put it behind the bookshelf. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was
Has it,
a
is it still alive?
I don't know whatever happened. I bounced around. I lived in North Carolina for this is when I got it, and then I moved
Oh,
to
okay.
Atlanta, and then I moved from Atlanta back home here in Long Island. So it's been jumped around quite a bit. The pot, the flower pot it was in is probably somewhere in a box, but I don't know what happened to the flower. I'll have to look.
It sounds like it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good that's a good cover. It sounds like it's gone. Yeah. No, they're not easy to also if you move, they're not easy to keep alive.
I would need a cactus to keep, like, just to remember for me to remember like to water it and take care of it and put those little tabs inside of it or whatever to feed it. What was that stuff? The grow or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
that's why you get a succulent. You don't have to do that shit.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go. Yes.
succulents just stay, they're pretty easy.
Succulents. I'm
The
writing that down
succulents,
too.
yeah, that's a good one. Um,
All right.
I'll take a succulent. Give me a succulent, I'm good. Like it's a good gift. I don't what's I always also because when you think of worst, you think of also, oh, what's a really good one? Like
Right,
what's a
right.
really good like I is that something like I guess to me like the good stuff is like anything I guess that you thought like you've put handmade or I remember getting like a handmade card one time from my my husband we might have been even married yet. That's why it was handmade, you know.
Right. Right. A little more effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like I still think yeah, I'm like, oh, those are it's very thoughtful. It's creative, yeah. But I think he's always been a better gift. He's a better gift giver. My family never did gifts. They growing up. We Christmas was all pure assimilation. They were just like, "Oh, what's this holiday that you guys want to feel like you're a part of because we moved to America?" And I remember my mom jokingly wrapped batteries and thought that was hilarious. And I was sad. So, I don't they've never really that concept of gifts is never it's like, "Hey, what do you need?" I was like, well, that takes everything out of it, I guess. Right? Like, yeah, like you hear, you need to go to the, you need I don't know, when we were kids, like here's $10. Here, you take. I was like, that's not really a gift, you know?
You need batteries. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So whereas I think his family grew up a little bit more on that like whole fun gift giving and surprising. And so I think he's always been a little bit better at it. So I've now enjoyed it. Now I've enjoyed it a little bit more. So it's like it's fun to open something up. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
And it's fun to open up stuff that goes with the batteries.
that's what that was her justification. She was like, well, no, there's another gift that's
There you go.
necessary. I said, yeah, but you didn't have to wrap that, you know. Those. So
Ah,
yeah.
that's excellent. So, okay, so the other one I had on here, that again, none of these are like gifts are bad. Like it's hard to say worst when someone's giving you a
Yeah.
present, especially,
Right.
but to your point too about the kind of CVS, chocolates, that kind of shows that you didn't put thought into it, or you didn't
Yeah.
care,
Right.
or that kind of stuff. And but this is another one I actually received. And what's funny is that it's not really a bad gift. It's actually a good gift, but it's
I'm dying to
handwritten.
hear this.
It's like hand drawn and handwritten made coupons for
Okay.
sex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like yeah.
So it was like a little coupon book, and there was like four or
Yeah.
five pages in it, in each one. The only problem I had, and I thought, wow, because she hand drew it, and there's pictures in there and stuff, and it's funny and all of that, and it's like, I could cash them in at any time.
Right, right.
The only problem when I did try to cash in, she
She
never
said she said she's tired and she's on her period, right? Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So
Like
it's like,
Jesus, back off. Okay. She need to put something in the fine print. Like valid when I feel like it. When I
right.
so yeah, those are I think it's in the moment the thought that counts.
Yeah, yeah, like that coupon book is probably still exists in the bottom of like a shoebox somewhere in a box.
Useless.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
never one. And I tried to cash them in
You should
many
hand it
times.
to random people now.
Yeah,
Or
I know, right?
you're a
Hey, I got
newlywed,
this.
so sorry, you're a newlywed. But
No,
you
that's
try it
great.
with try it with your
Yeah, give her like the old coupon. This is
like
a coupon from
this
my
works,
other.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's just
Yeah.
funny too with and I don't know if you have a song or anything with your husband, like a special song, but the songs I have that were for like other like my first wedding song ever was your song by Elton John. You could tell
Oh,
everybody.
yeah, so good. So
But
good.
now I can't enjoy it with my new wife now when she's around because I feel like, oh, this
Well, here,
isn't.
I have a solution for you. Lady Gaga has covered that song really nicely. So you
Ah,
just use that version and then
yeah.
you'll feel like it's a refresh because you're right, it's too good of a song. And even in the movie Rocket Power or Rocket Man, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rocket Power is a children's cartoon show. But Rocket Man, it's so beautiful. It's such a great song. So
It's a great song.
just try the Lady Gaga cover. Just as
Ah,
very good version.
there you go. See, I should have
Yeah,
talked to you sooner.
yeah,
This is amazing.
yeah, yeah. Ours was Ray LaMontague. You Are the Best Thing. That was our
Ah,
yeah.
that's a great one.
That's a good yeah. That was always a nice one. Yeah, I don't think I don't think anything's ruined it. Yeah, like sometimes something can happen where the song's playing something. You don't want those songs. You want to cherish them. But
Right.
I hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah. You can't let go of that song. That's too good. Your song. That's a very good song.
That is a good song. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll play the Lady Gaga version this Valentine's Day
Yeah.
and give my own coupon book that I'll come up with.
Yeah. Just dump all your like ex-marital trauma on her, and you're like, here's everything this is what you wanted, right? My old
But
coupons, my old wedding song. Yeah.
I feel like if a guy gets a coupon for sex from a woman, it's better than if a man gave the woman a coupon for sex. Like if I say, "Hey, honey, here's a whole bunch of stuff. Cash them in when you
Yeah.
want." I feel like
Yeah.
it's more like I don't know. Where with the woman, it's kind of cute and a little tongue in cheek and this and that. With a guy, I feel like it's just straight up like perverted. I don't know. You
That
tell.
you're never going to see a guy giving in a heterosexual relationship. I don't think you're ever going to see a guy being like handing the. She's like, no, I don't. I'm never going to cash it in. I mean, that's not true, but she's doing
Yeah,
this because you've been probably begging.
yeah. She
Yeah.
never has to cash it in. She always, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. So,
So
yeah.
cross that off my list. I will not get her that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
no, that's a nice, that's an interesting one. That can go both ways. Yeah. It's creative though. That's going back to it's creative. Oh,
Right,
you know what's a
exactly.
bad one? Another bad, probably, this is, I think, probably around goes around any gift, is a gift card.
Oh
That's
yeah.
another one that you can get. I really go by, I just put anything that you can check out while you're looking at the Reese's peanut butter cups and the Trident gum. That is probably not going to work out. But yeah, gift card. Uh,
The gift card's great. That is
like
definitely
especially if it's like an Amex one. You didn't even
right.
try. You're not even like trying to do like actually I would if I think a gift card that I would like someone to give to me is Taco Bell. Because I love Taco Bell so much. Because if you have to be creative with the type of gift card. It's like, hey, I
Yes,
know you love
yes.
that, but you can't just be giving them another just random thing to Target.
Right.
Yeah, now you got to put in, now you have to go do the work. So I think you have to be specific. Yeah.
Yeah,
To a
at
place that
least
you really
make it
like.
like right,
Yeah.
like if your husband knows that you love Taco Bell and gets you a Taco Bell gift card,
Yeah.
then that shows that he at least remembered that much,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not yeah, it's not just some, oh yeah, here's I know how much you like going to Target. I never go to Target.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh well, now today you can go this time.
Now I have to go to Target. I have
Yeah,
to go find a Target now.
right. Now I got to look for my own present at
Yeah.
Target.
Yeah, exactly. No, but now I'm thinking, now you're making me think of like what like a gift certificate or something to like someone's like a spa. I'm
Yeah,
not someone who goes and indulges in that a lot. So if someone gave it to me, then I would indulge. And
yeah,
I'd be like, oh, this is like, thank you. It's a reason to go.
yeah.
So
Like a couple's
yeah.
massage or something like that.
Yeah, only recently in our relationship have I gotten my husband on board with going to doing couple spa stuff. He wasn't really into it. I don't something I'm not really. I think one time got a good massage and realized, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Like I think he was sore and it felt like I was like, yeah, this is what I've been saying. This is pretty good. So now it's something we can actually do together.
Yeah, I think those are good. I've been to one couple's massage. I only got professionally massage once, and it was at the couple's massage,
Yeah,
and it was nice. You look over, there she is, she's getting massaged, and
yeah,
then it's a little awkward, but at times,
yeah.
but I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yes, there's plenty of reasons why it can get awkward. We don't have to get into it, but
Right.
yeah, yeah,
So we got for you so far four, right? We got box of chocolates, socks, toothbrush, and the gift card. All right? Did I forget any? Uh,
um, yeah. I think that was yeah the combo. I think we surpassed five with all of ours. Yeah,
yeah, because with me, I had the houseplant, ancestry.com,
yeah,
the coupons for sex. And
yeah,
then I do agree, I had on my list dollar store chocolate hearts.
yeah.
And
There you go.
and I did have gift card to Target.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
also
yeah.
had
You need you need a targeted gift card. You need a specifically, what does this person love? Like, I want to be able to get, if I got a, let's just say 20, let's just say I'm 25. Come on, I think I deserve a little more than that from 20 my husband, but
right.
that's like a lot of Mexican, that's like quite a bit of Mexican pizzas.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm into
There
it.
you
I mean,
go. That's
so
your go-to? That's your Taco Bell go-to is the
I
Mexican
think if
pizza?
my go-to fast food would be that's a great another top five, by the way, top five fast foods.
Yes.
Um, Taco Bell, 100% Taco Bell, TBs at the top. So
If we don't have to do a whole top five, but if my number one would be, I love Taco Bell also, but my number one would probably be Wendy's.
oh
But
yeah,
but
that's two probably for me.
yeah. So there you
Yeah,
go.
the spicy chicken nuggets.
Yeah, those are the best.
Feel like this is the closest thing to quality meat in the fast food industry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So yeah, maybe I'll get a Wendy's gift card to my wife. Her name's Wendy for
Oh, there
Valentine's
you
Day.
go.
Yeah. No, I'm just
And
kidding.
then yeah, there you go. That's it was like, yeah.
She'll be
Uh
like, "Oh,
yeah,
really?"
yeah. Well, in Taco Bell, in Taco Bell, like the reason also I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the Indian community is very behind Taco Bell because it's one of the few fast foods at the time, at least things have gone with now without today everyone's like vegan or vegetarian, but at the time there's not many fast food places that had vegetarian options because they have beans there. You can replace
Oh, yeah.
any of those like items with beans. And so when I don't know if you know, but Taco Bell took away Mexican pizza for a little bit.
I
They
do
removed
remember
it.
that.
Uproar. Uproar in the Indian community. Like literally petitions going out there like save the Mexican pizza. And it came back. I was like, what dumbass in the marketing department thought that that was a good, or whatever department thought that that was a good idea to take the Mexican pizza off the menu?
Did they ever explain why they took it off? Like,
I no, you know what? We don't care. We don't, we don't, we don't need to do diligence on this. No,
yeah.
just bring it back. Who knows? Is it logistically with maybe the items to build it were they more annoying? To build it, is it more annoying? I don't know. I'm not
Right.
really sure, but it's back. It's
You
been
guys
back.
and your people made it happen.
I'd like to think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and God
Yeah.
bless them because I
Yeah.
think it's an amazing thing. In fact, today, because of this, I'm now craving Mexican pizza. I'm gonna go out and have
I
one.
know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a picture of myself with it to prove that I did this
Yeah.
now
You
because
should.
you got me in the
Yeah.
mood for it.
Yeah, it's a great dish, and then or the cheesy gordita crunch, whichever, But yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell rocks, and Mexican pizzas are awesome. I'm gonna do one today, man, for sure.
I love it.
So yeah, I think we got a really solid list here of worst Valentine's Day presents. So I'm hoping that people who watch this could could work the opposite of what we did and some of the suggestions that we made to improve
Yeah.
on this. So instead of a house plant, you get a succulent.
Oh, that's yeah. There you go. There's the instead. Yeah, instead of white bland champion socks, make a little effort and go to a boutique sock place.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
you'll end up paying. You won't get three pack. You won't get the three pack, but you will end up paying the same price for one pair that's fancy,
Right.
and you will not feel good either. So, but hey, you made the effort. There's a
Hey,
store in New York City that literally just has socks. And I'm sure
really?
the stores maybe in Long Island too. But you walk in, you're like, really? Just as how much I'm going to pay for this one sock that has smiley faces on it? Great. Like,
I want to go to Socks.
yeah.
Uh, because if you go to a place called Socks for Socks, they're gonna upcharge
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
but they probably have the best quality socks in town though. But
Yeah. Aren't they all just cotton? I don't know. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
so now, do you guys make a big deal about Valentine's Day with you and your husband? And do you go? You got big plans? You gonna go out or what's the day gonna be
You're
like?
like, this conversation has reminded me that this is very early too, right? What is the date? It's
It's
not even a month yet.
Yeah, the actual date. Yeah, we got a month from tomorrow is the actual right to
Yeah.
February 14th. Today's January
But I shouldn't say
13th.
that. Sorry. This is because yes, Valentine's Day just is about to happen. But I think we tried to acknowledge it. I don't think it's like maybe we'll go to a show or something like that. But it's never been like I think there's better. I think this has probably been said already, but right, you can't be waiting around for Valentine's Day to finally show some gratitude towards your partner,
Right,
right? Like
exactly.
probably if you're waiting for once a year, you guys are probably it's probably not working well. So I think yeah, that's the other thing. Don't rely on Valentine's Day to tell your person you love them. Figure that
Exactly.
out before, so then Valentine's Day is just like an easy one. So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Great advice from Shivani Dave. We really appreciate it. Shivani, this is awesome. I'm so glad that you took the time to come and talk to me about all these things. You got the top five show going on. We got Valentine's Day and everyone's going to be going out and getting Mexican pizzas from Taco Bell.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Love it.
where can people find and follow you and all that kind of stuff and kind of find out where you're going to be performing next and come out and see the top five show?
Yeah, so we have, I mean, I have my personal Instagram, Shivani Dave underscore Dave, as you know, Dave spelled like Dave. And then so that's I don't know if you I don't need to spell it. You I guess you'll
It will be
just
at a
we'll
lower
figure
third.
we figure it out. And then yeah, we also, Top 5 Comedy Show is also an Instagram thing profile. It's on, I think, like I just complained, it's on Facebook too. And so but yeah, I think those are just I think the best platforms to figure out when top five. Our next top five show is January 30th, and I'm performing in the city all the time, and I just travel a little bit. I just was actually working with. She's done top five comedy. She's a great. You guys probably know Bonnie McFarlane. I was just working with her, opening with her last
Awesome.
weekend in Baltimore. So lots of little fun little travel and stuff. But yeah, all over, always performing like like all of us, right? So
Right on.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
making it happen. You're doing some great stuff out there, and good luck to you and Amanda with the top five shows. And yeah, and we hope to see you in Governors really soon because it's always awesome seeing you out there and out and about and performing
I think I'll swing
locally.
by I just was told about the Monday uh holiday party.
Yes,
Yes.
on the 20th. So hopefully
Yes. I just got that text, so I'll try. I'm gonna try my best to swing by.
it will
Hopefully
be
I'm back
so
in town
awesome.
by then. Yeah, that'd be fun to come
Yes.
by. Yeah.
Definitely come on out and check that out at Governor's. We always have the best Christmas parties. So it'll be really awesome to see you there. So if you see us hanging
Cool.
around,
I
just
know,
come.
hopefully your show, I get to see your show and when you said you're just starting it, right? In Giggles? Get the Giggle Room?
Yeah, we've been
Not
doing
Giggles in Massachusetts. Get the Giggle Room.
yeah,
Yeah.
the giggle room right
It
there
does,
inside
yeah.
Governor's. It's the second stage. And yeah, it'd be awesome for you to come out and check one of those shows out. I think we're setting up a show now that's going to be for I think March. So we'll let you know when we get that March date. But
Cool.
yeah,
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, love to come by. Well, thank you for having me. This was
Yes,
fun.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, Shivani Dave, everybody.